So last night I decided to go see the new Predator movie. And I wanted to make a review immediately after the movie, but as soon as the movie ended, I kind of just, not necessarily blacked out, but I was just so laser focused on getting out of the theater and getting into my car and driving off. Because I went through a very rough work week and it didn't end particularly well. It ended with me kind of crashing out. So I was already exhausted. And then once the movie ended, and of course I chose a 9:15 showtime, so by the time it ended, I mean, I'm shocked I didn't fall asleep, but I'll get more into why I didn't overall in just a bit. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to do my usual car review, but with a movie like this, especially with the Predator franchise, if you're a huge fan of this, I have to be honest. I think this is like one of the better Predator sequels I've seen in a while. And I mean, I'm going to give my thoughts on the other movies in this series because I did rewatch them. Yes, including the travesty that was the Predator 2018. If y'all remember that one, yeah, I'll give my thoughts on the other Predator movies in just a sec. But this one, I think was really damn solid. And this is not me faking it, or I made a couple of jokes every now and then, like, hey, I like watching movies and drinking while watching them. But you know what? A movie like this was really, really solid. And I mean, this was really cool. I really enjoyed this movie. I just realized I didn't have my glasses on. I just woke up. Again, I got out of that theater really late last night, basically at midnight. I was dirt exhausted, and to one of my coworkers, I said I would give like a one-word type of, word to describe this movie. I didn't even have time to text her. I just decided to take off because I was just dirt exhausted by the end of the movie. Also, I wanted to just I wanted my thoughts to marinate a little bit and kind of just think about the movie. I don't have to do an out of the theater reaction. I wanted a movie like this to really just fester in my brain a little bit and kind of, collect my thoughts on it. Let it marinate, let it simmer a little bit, and then get my thoughts on it. And now that I gave it some time to, let my thoughts settle, I stand by my statement. This is one of the best Predator sequels I've seen in a while. You can fight me, you can argue with me. This is my opinion. Deal with it. If you hate it, screw off. Now, before I watch this movie, before I actually get into my actual review of this, first Predator movie from the 80s, I still think is really solid. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's like, the best movie ever made, but it is a solid, entertaining, action-packed, fun type of movie that I don't think we get all too often. I mean, obviously, we don't get 80s movies anymore, but you know what? I miss movies where they can just be like silly, non-stop action. And that's what the first movie is. It's just a fun movie with some really cool themes and ideas. Predator 2, I only saw once. I rewatched it just to see, like, hey, maybe this one, I know it's not as critically acclaimed as the first movie, but maybe this one has some cool moments. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I know people are a huge fan of Predator 2. I'm unfortunately not on that bandwagon, but I do appreciate it for what it is. And then, Predators. Now, this is what I mean when I say that I tend to sometimes, depending on the day, if I don't have work, and I'm partying with like a couple of people, this was a movie I watched with a friend of mine, and we were drinking before the movie even got started. And let me just tell you, I had a really fun experience watching Predators. And I mean, Predators is just like the first movie basically, but it's really cool. I think it has some really badass fight sequences in it and a really cool story that unfortunately didn't get carried on. Then there's Predator 2018. Now, I am only going to defend this movie a teensy bit here. It's not great. It is, in fact, it's not even good. It's not even decent. It's not even like mid. It's terrible. Predator 2018 is just an awful movie. but it is fun in terms of how, yeah, it is a fun, bad movie. In fact, a rare fun, bad movie, and I found it entertaining. When I rewatched it, I was like, okay, oh boy, here we go. Let's see where this goes. And yeah, I thought it was going to be boring. I thought it was pretty fun. It was still awful, but I thought it was pretty fun. Then, Prey. Really great prequel. I really enjoyed it. Probably second best for me, up there with the original. Then Predator, Killer of Killers. That one, and these are movies. Prey and Killer of Killers are on Hulu, so you can watch them there, because I really enjoy them. And yeah, that one's also pretty solid. The animation's really cool, but I only watched it once, and unfortunately I fell asleep upon second rewatch because, again, I had work, so I completely passed out. But I rewatched the ending after work that evening, and then I ended up really enjoying it. And then we get Predator Badlands. Oh boy, this movie was really, really damn cool. To my coworkers that haven't seen this movie, all I gotta say is, holy crap, this was an IMAX experience that is really freaking cool. And I mean, this movie was loud, but in the best way possible. I mean, it was just, the music was banging really loudly. I mean, it shook the seats in the theater. Like my Tron Ares review where I said the music shook. I don't know if the sound speakers got better in my IMAX theater, but this movie, it really seemed to dial it up to an 11. So the music was really cool, specifically in the beginning. I mean, and I think you're either, especially depending on type of fan you are, if you're a huge Predator fan and you like the way Predators if you like that type of horror action type of spectacle, you're not gonna get it here. This is more, the best way I can explain this is Predator mixed with Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars. It's very expansive in terms of its sci-fi elements. I mean, there's even a miniature kind of Baby Yoda type creature in this. And I mean, it looks like something out of Star Wars. It's not bad looking. I think part of it, it's not really an issue of mine. I find it really bizarre the fact that this is the movie they went with, because it's such a different departure from the previous films, especially since I rewatched the other four and I was just I haven't seen the Alien vs. Predator movies. I don't plan to anytime soon. I heard they were not that good. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate the fact that they went in that direction. It just took some time getting used to, because the more I watched the movie, the more I just went this feels like a movie that after maybe 15 Predator movies or something. This just seems like a movie that would release when, the Predator universe is already, almost like a Star Wars type of movie. I mean, this has so many different, plant life, the Predator speaks, the Predator jokes around, and that's where I feel like a major turnoff for a lot of people will be with this movie, is the fact that the Predator, this movie is pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy meets Star Wars. I mean, there is so many jokes in this movie, but I will be honest, they do land for the most part. You do get those thinkers in there that aren't as good, but it doesn't really bother me that much because the CGI was pretty cool, apart from maybe a few hiccups every now and then. The creatures, the alien planet was really cool. The opening fight sequence was also really cool. I mean, and when I say loud, I mean when the swords or whatever laser swords they had in this, I mean, it felt like a comic book coming to life, and every single time they, struck a rock or struck any type of metal, I mean, it made I felt like my eardrums were ready to bleed because it was just that freaking loud. But that brings me to my next point. The action in this movie is really, really freaking cool. In the beginning, and also one with the first opening 20 minutes I feel instantly sold me on this movie. The title you don't get until 20, 25 minutes into the movie, which was really cool. But, I mean, the action was just for one, it was easy to follow. It is kind of Marvel-esque a little bit, but it didn't really bother me that much. And the effects were also, on the Predator, was really cool. Really convincing. And then, obviously, there's the crossover element with, the Wayland Yutani robot from the Alien franchise. And I do like that clashing of the franchise a little bit, especially since a lot of people love Alien vs. Predator. I gotta jump on that bandwagon maybe. I'm not there yet, but I feel like I'm getting close because after watching this movie, I do like that crossover element because any sequences with the Alien franchise, you definitely get. And then you get, your Predator franchise in there mixed in with a little bit of Star Wars. So I don't have too much to say about the movie other than the fact that it is really cool, really freaking good in my opinion. And I am disappointed to say that this movie does end on a typical cliffhanger, and it could be possible this is where the franchise could go, which I am looking forward to. The director of this movie, who did Prey, Killer of Killers, and this movie, he's already 3 for 3. He directed 3 bangers, so I cannot wait to see what he does, and I really sincerely hope they do continue this franchise. Similar to Alien Romulus, this movie was awesome. Now, if I had to, rank them at any point, I don't like ranking things or grading them. It's all just, noise to me. I really just think that this was just another solid entry in the Predator series that I feel like does not get a whole lot of praise. I feel like Alien overshadows it a bit, so I'm disappointed that Predator doesn't have a time to shine. In this film, he gets plenty of time to shine. And this is just a testament that I feel like they should make more movies. There is one guy I want to mention. When I saw his review of this, I actively rolled my eyes. I get it. Movies are subjective. It's all your opinion. But I'm going to mention the channel name, Critical Drinker. I used to be a fan of him. I liked his humor a couple of times, but he just became so negative for me that I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy a film, man. I'm just going to enjoy the movie as is. I'm not going to listen to any more people telling me that this movie is woke or, destroying a franchise. And I'm not too shocked that he actually hates this movie. Go in, watch this movie for yourself. Yes, it is a bit different. Yes, it's going to take some time getting used to. But if you are willing to watch a franchise that, should change, that should expand its lore, especially if you are a huge fan. I've talked to other, people that are actually huge fans of the Predator series, and they read the Dark Horse comics. This movie is kind of like those Dark Horse comics. It's really cool and really expansive, and I really do feel like the Predator franchise can continue to succeed if they make movies like this one and like Prey, Killer of Killers. They stick with what's good while still taking some bold swings, even if they don't always work. And for this movie, the bold swings worked. There, I said it. Anyway, that's about it. Take it easy. See ya.